All right, so I got about 30 minutes. Before we get into this video, leave a comment down below. How old are you and what are your financial goals for the next 12 months? I'm going to tell you something today that most business influencers won't say to your face because they want your money. They want to sell you a dream where you buy a course, click a couple of buttons, and somehow you're rich enough to drive a Lamborghini in Miami. I see guys 18, 19, 20 years old watching videos just like that, expecting world-class wealth when you haven't even put in world-class effort. You try a business model for 3 weeks, nobody buys your product, and now you're leaving comments talking about how the market is too saturated or the algorithm is against you. The algorithm isn't against you. You're soft, you have zero patience, zero discipline, and zero execution. If you want to actually build wealth, the kind of money that buys you absolute freedom, you have to stop looking for a cheat code. There are no shortcuts. There's only daily habits that will stack up over years until you become completely unstoppable. Today, we're going to break down 5 core rules that will turn you into an absolute machine. If you actually listen to what I'm saying and implement these 5 things within your life, you're going to be in the top 1% of your age group before you even turn 25. Let's start with rule number 1. You have to train your rejection muscles every single day. Let's do a test right now. If I told you that tomorrow morning you have to walk up to a stranger and pull out your phone and pitch them a $500 product face to face, most of you feel that pit in the bottom of your stomach. And why is that? Because most people are terrified of basic human interaction. You get into an elevator and now you're pulling out your phone staring at a dark screen just so you don't have to talk to another person. You order food through an app so you don't have to talk to a cashier. Here's the massive problem with that. Business is nothing more than human interaction. Let that sink in. Every single dollar you will ever make in your entire life is currently sitting in somebody else's bank account. To get that dollar into your bank account, you have to talk to them. You have to pitch them, negotiate with them, handle objections, and build their trust. And if you're too shy or anxious to look into a stranger's eye, how on earth do you expect to close a $5,000 client? How do you expect to land an investor? How do you expect to manage a team? You won't. Today, I want you to treat social confidence like a muscle. If you want bigger arms, you lift weights. If you want unshakable confidence, you have to force yourself into uncomfortable social situations until awkwardness stops bothering you. Here's 3 assignments that I want you to do. You can pick one of 3. Every time you go into a store, you find an employee, look them in the eye, smile, and ask them how their day is going. Walk up to a stranger on the street and compliment them on what they're wearing. Ask for a 10% discount just to hear the worker tell you no. The goal isn't to get the discount or to get a phone number or to find a date. The goal is to condition your brain to realize that rejection will not kill you. Once you lose the fear of a simple no, you will become lethal in business because you'll never be afraid to pick up the phone, make a pitch, or close a deal. Rule number 2 is that you all need to be driving starter cars before you're driving those Dodge, Hellcat, Durango, Chargers. Raise your hand if you started a business solely because you've seen somebody making $100,000 a month doing it. Now, keep that hand raised if you made $10,000 a month with that business. For 99% of you, me included, the answer is no. This is where almost every young entrepreneur ruins themselves. You watch videos of guys online running massive, complex operations with 20 moving parts. So what do? You try to jump straight into step 10 when you're only on step 1. You try to build an overcomplicated brand when you only have $200 in your bank account and you've never closed a single customer in your life. That's like trying to jump into a Formula One supercar when you don't even have a driver's license. You're going to slam into a wall, burn through your money, and quit out of frustration. Stop trying to skip the line and respect the process. When you're starting out, you need a high friction, low capital, simple business model, like a service business. You can find a local business whose website was made back in the day and offer them to redesign it. Or you can find a service business that takes too long to answer their customer leads. Set up an automatic booking system for them. Or you can learn how to sell directly to business owners who already have money. Why would you start a service business? Because it costs literally $0 to start. You don't need inventory. You don't need developers. You don't need money for ads. All you need is a skill and a willingness to do outreach. A simple service business teaches you the raw mechanics of capitalism: how to prospect, how to sell, how to deliver results, and how to manage cash flow. Build your foundation, stack your bank account, and build your skill set first. Then take bigger risks on complex businesses down the line when you actually know what you're doing. Rule number 3 is to stop sitting on the bleachers and get in the field. I want you to do something right now. Open up your phone settings, go to your screen time, and look at your daily average for the past week. If your daily average screen time is over 4 hours a day, hit the like button right now as a confession. Because most people watching this is easily spending 4 or 6 hours a day staring at a screen. If you spend 4, 5, 6 hours a day scrolling through short videos, watching people play video games on Twitch, or watching sports highlights, that's called sitting in the bleachers. Think about a sports stadium. The people on the field are athletes getting paid millions of dollars, building enterprise values and running the game. People sitting in the bleachers are the ones paying for the tickets, buying the expensive hot dogs, and handing over their money and attention so the people on the field can get rich. Every single day that you wake up, you have to make a choice. Are you a consumer or are you a creator? If you spend 3 hours a night playing video games, you're investing your life energy into leveling up a digital character in a video game that means absolutely nothing the second you turn off the console. Imagine what would happen if you took those exact 3 hours every single night for 1 year and put it into learning a high value skill. You would be completely unstoppable compared to everybody else your age. I'm not saying that you can never relax or hanging out with friends, but if you're broke and you're claiming you want to be a successful entrepreneur, you don't have the luxury of spending 4 hours a day consuming other people's creation. The next time you grab your phone and scroll out of boredom, stop yourself. Look at the screen and ask, am I being the target market making somebody else rich, or am I building something that belongs to me? Number 4, stop putting successful people on a pedestal. Let me ask you a question. Who is one entrepreneur online that you look up to like they're untouchable? You look at their revenue, their car, their teams, their status, and subconsciously think, man, they got some type of secret knowledge or crazy IQ or some genetic advantage that I was never born with. Let me break that illusion down for you right now. They don't. They wake up exhausted some mornings. They deal with self-doubt. They get stressed. They make terrible business mistakes. And the only thing that's separating somebody from the top from someone struggling at the bottom is time, value, and consistency. If someone is 10 years ahead of you in business, it's not because they're a genius. It's because they put in the boring work every single day for 3,600 days in a row while everyone else got up and got distracted or took months off. Real confidence doesn't come from listening to motivational speeches or telling yourself that you're going to be a millionaire. Confidence comes from competence. Competence comes from repetitions. When you do something 10 times, it's terrifying. When you do something 100 times, it's manageable. And when you do it 10,000 times, you can do it in your sleep. Stop looking for 90-day transformations. Commit to working on your business skills every single day for the next decade. You will win by default because 99% of your competition will quit long before then. Rule number 5. Think in second and third order consequences. Amateurs are only thinking about step 1. Master strategists are thinking about step 2, step 3, step 4, and step 5, like a game of chess. If you only look at the pieces moving right now, you will lose. You have to anticipate what happens after you move. Life and business work the exact same way. Every small decision you make sets off a row of falling dominoes. Let's look at a real world example. You stay up late at 2 a.m. playing video games and scrolling on your phone. It seems harmless. You sleep through your alarm, wake up, skip your workout, and start your morning feeling tired or sluggish. Because your energy is gone, you grab fast food for lunch and decide to put off making cold calls for the day because you're not in the right mood. Your sales pipeline dries up. You close 0 clients a month, you miss your revenue goals, and you start feeling like you're not cut out for business. You see how one lazy choice at 2 a.m. completely wrecked the business momentum 4 steps down the line? Now let's look at how you should be doing it. You turn off your screen at 10 o'clock and go to sleep. You wake up early, you get that workout in, you eat right, you sit down at your desk with some energy. You hit your outreach goals before 12 o'clock. Lock in 2 client sales calls, and now you feel a surge of confidence. Your pipeline grows. You close new business and your entire trajectory changed. Before you make a decision, whether it's staying out late drinking or buying expensive items that you can't afford or hanging out with lazy friends, stop and ask yourself out loud, what domino am I knocking over 3 steps down the road? So here's where we end up. When this video ends, you have 2 choices. You can go from this video to some form of distraction, keep looking for fast money shortcuts, and sit in the exact same financial spot a year from now, complaining about why life isn't giving you what you want. Or you can accept reality. You can decide that starting today, you're going to build your social confidence. Start a simple service business, produce more than you consume, play the long game, and protect your choices 2, 3, and 4 steps from your initial choice. Nobody is coming to save you. No courses, no lucky opportunity is going to do the hard work for you. If this video was a wake-up call that you needed, I need you to drop a comment and let me know which one of these 5 habits that you're going to start. Close out YouTube and get to work. Let's go.